Good morning.
Morning. Happy Saturday.
Yes,
Or,
happy
or
Saturday.
Sunday if you're on the other side of the world.
Yes, we're Sunday. Good morning, Shakita. Good morning, Crafty Ann. I know that you left that last night, but good morning,
I hope
Keri.
you're having a good lunch with your sister.
Yes, and I hope she has a happy birthday. Good morning, Sonia. Good morning, Chris. Good morning,
Hi,
Sarah.
Sarah. Hello,
Oh,
Chris and Sarah. Little Keri. She said, good morning to my two favorite Yarny besties.
yes.
Aw. How are you
So,
this morning?
while we're waiting for people to come in, you guys can get some yarn together and a hook.
Yeah, yarn and a hook. What a concept. Oh my
A 5
goodness.
or a 5.5. And a 4 weight or a 3,
Or three.
cotton or acrylic. Hi, Jane. Oh, she's in the ads.
Ads. Speaking of ads, at the end of January, I ended my YouTube premium subscription in an effort to save money because getting a bionic eye is expensive and getting Invisalign is expensive. And so I've been spending a lot of the mindful household budget in addition to our kids, 3 kids in college, right? And then I decide I want to straighter teeth and I want to be able to see what I'm doing in life. Anyway, so I canceled Netflix. I canceled my YouTube premium. I canceled something else in an effort to save money. And I'm telling you, the growing pains on day one I felt watching ads. So let me tell you, I feel you. I feel you. Your pain when when you have to watch ads because I learned something. Well, I will often have my phone in my car. Like when I'm on my way to work in the morning, I'm listening to Keri and Maureen or Keri and Jamie or, Keri and in general, or I'll be listening to somebody on their live and I'll turn off my phone and it comes through my car speakers like I'm listening to the radio or whatever. Well, when you don't have YouTube Premium, you can't do that. Your phone has to be on. I mean, I can flip it upside down and put it on this, put it away from me or whatever. But, we have laws about like, I can't be putting my phone. I usually have a dock and I have a cradle in my car where I'll put my phone and turn it off and just listen so that I'm hands free. But anyway, I can't do that without YouTube Premium. So I'm feeling the pains. And then the other thing is when let's say you're multi-streaming like you and Maureen on a Thursday or Friday or whatever, and I will switch between your channels. When I come back, I get ads again. So like
Oh,
if I leave
no.
and come back, then it does like 2 or 3 more ads. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really what it's like. No. I've been really spoiled for like probably a year or more. And so, yeah, anyway,
Mm-hmm.
that's my
Hi,
sob story.
Jane. Hi, Jane. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Sunita.
Hey, Susan Berg.
Hi, Ellie. Oh my gosh. Sarah says one of the ads she got stuck in a while ago was how to be romantic. I don't want to be romantic at my age.
I have to say, I will skip commercials. We record things like on a DVR so that we can skip the commercials or whatever. and or paying for the Netflix so that you don't like have ads and whatnot. I haven't really seen a whole lot of ads. And so when I started seeing ads, I'm like, so this is what they're advertising or whatever. And there's the ones that I'm getting, I don't know about you all, are, all like kind of health related, weight loss, and other kinds of stuff. I'm not sure. What kind of ads do you see when you're watching the ads?
Hi, Nana Michelle.
Hey, Nana Michelle.
Well, in all reality, you only need to watch a few seconds of it. When it tells you you can skip the commercial, that's really all you need to listen to.
Well, I mean, but I thought you had to pretty much watch the full thing. I don't really know, but no, and I get what you're saying too, Jane. She's like, I don't mind if it helps your channel. I just don't like missing anything. Yeah. Well, the thing is that also the ad on my phone, the ad will pop up and it'll cover the chat too, so that you have to kind of click it so that it drops out of the way. Anyway, I'm going to try to give it. What do you think? Maybe we should guess. How long will Mara last before she just gives in and says,
Well,
turn the ads off?
Sunday I'm getting my premium back because I can't deal with it. I've had premium since 2020 and I can't do it. Oh my gosh, if you guys want to know how
Hey,
it
Sandra.
is to be me, there is a comedian named Drew Lynch, and it says let me tell you what it is.
The mud water ad. Nana Michelle keeps getting the mud water ad for some reason.
My ADHD wife.
Oh.
And it says being married to someone with ADHD. And his name is Drew Lynch. And it's only a 15 minutes and 36. And there are a couple F-bombs. But, oh my gosh, it is so hilarious. It will explain my startitis and never finishing anything. Completely. Hi, Sandra.
Oh. Sanita says, I don't see ads. Yeah. You must have YouTube Premium then.
I get the ads to look younger.
When you were stuck, remember watching TV with the rabbit ears? And in order to change the channel, you had to get up, walk across the room.
You were your parents' remote, uh-huh.
Can you go change it from UHF to VHF and put on, I don't know, Brady Bunch?
Yeah.
Can you please go do that? Get up, go change it, click, click, click. I mean, with the manual. Oh no, it's staticky. Adjust the ears.
I also
and then of course,
heard. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to say. And then if there were commercials, you're like, okay, I guess I'll go use this opportunity to go to the bathroom or get some popcorn.
Right. That was back when commercials weren't very long either. You barely had time to go to the bathroom, let alone wash your hands.
There would be maybe there may be a minute and a half. They were usually less than 2 minutes. So if you had to, go, you did have to make it quick.
Yeah. People who have premium, it works better. Hi Diana. Hi Paula.
Yes. Hi Diana.
Okay, Nana Michelle, you'll be cracking up. You'll be like, oh, that explains Keri all the way. Premium, people who have premium, that's not how I want to say it. Let me think about this for a second. The premium pay more goes more to the ad time than watching the ad itself. Actually, you get more.
Right. Yeah. So like I
Oh,
paid
Ellie,
for
you gotta
premium,
watch that.
and if I watched your live and didn't have to see the ads, more of that revenue from my premium subscription, can go to the yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I did
more
notice
revenue.
that within like a few hours of me turning on ads or whatever, like on my past videos, like I had 7 cents or something like that. I was like, whoa, I've already made 7 cents.
Yeah. Sarah wanted a
Anyway,
joke, and it says, "Why does Han Solo like gum? It's chewy."
wait a minute.
It's
Why does what like gum?
Han Solo like gum. It's a Star Wars reference.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't
It's
see the
chewy.
jokes. Yeah. Jane says
Chinese
I
stuff
get to
syndrome.
add.
Go ahead.
Oh, Jane says I get the ad to look younger. Are they trying to tell me something? LOL.
No, you look marvelous.
Yes. And Sunita says, yup, premium. Um, yes, Drew Lynch is great. He struggled really bad with heavy stuttering before he met the woman he is with now. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I put Drew Lynch on another tab for after to watch. I need a good laugh after this week. Yeah, I
Oh my
bet.
gosh, Michelle. Prepare your stomach. It will hurt.
Oh my gosh. My husband has a friend who sends him funny stuff all the time. And in email. And so Mark will always read the items. And so last night he was reading to me supposed real transcripts typed in from court reporters during court, during trials or whatever. And they were so funny. And I have not seen my husband laugh so hard. Like he was laughing, crying. He was laughing so hard at some of the things people say in court. And then the court reporter literally has to type it all up.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. Yeah. It's, good belly laughs are great to have. So
They are. Okay, so grab some yarn and grab a hook. We're gonna show. We're not gonna tell you what it is. Hi, Nana Mama Cat. Welcome in. We're not gonna tell you what it is, but we're gonna make something. We're only gonna do the first 3 rounds today, and then we'll finish it next week. Thank you, everyone, for your prayers. Today is the first day in weeks that I have felt like I am getting better. Oh, good.
that's great to hear, Sanja. Yeah, so I think Keri put a link in the description. Do you want to we can talk briefly about that?
Bella Uncinetto did a video on how to read patterns, and actually Tiffany Hansen did also. And if you do a search on YouTube, how to read a crochet pattern, there's a couple people that come up that are familiar names. So if you don't get it from one, you can search for another. But I only linked. Okay. I only linked Bella Uncinetto. I didn't link anybody else. But so today we're going to talk about reading reading patterns, how to do it, and why is it, and it's not to put shame on anybody, but what is the stumbling block for you and why you can't read a pattern?
You know, we think, we know there's different learning styles. So some of us learn by hearing, some of us learn by watching, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like some of us learn by reading. And then there are probably a lot of us too that have some kind of combination. Like I like hearing and like I like watching somebody, but I like to have it in front of me so that if I'm getting it, I can, you know, I can move on or whatever. But for some people who have said, you know, because we've heard it many times, like, well, that's really cool, that pattern, but I can't read patterns. And so we, you know, it kind of made us curious. Now, we don't necessarily want to teach you how to read a pattern. I mean, we could help you, but it's very hard to teach someone to read a pattern when you can't hear their questions in real time, you know, like to kind of answer that. And so we figure there's a lot of good teachers out there already on YouTube who can tell you those basics. But then we just kind of want to show you maybe what we do when we're reading a pattern or whatever.
Hi, Mama Swift. And is it Sonia or is it Sandra, or how do you pronounce your name? You want a 5 or a 5.5? Hi, Kimberly. Good morning. I am what
Kimberly Rogers.
you termed a global learner. I can read a pattern, but it can be helpful to see it done.
If it's a new concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people out there that can't read patterns.
Yeah.
And I mean, I learned from my hi Maureen. I learned from, it's pronounced the J as jump. Oh, so it is Sanja. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard Cynthia from Cynthia's Joyful Creations pronounce it, and that's why I've always said Sanja, because I'm just following what
I went to school with a girl named Sonia, and it was spelled the same way. So that's why.
Yes.
Well, I'll remember now, Sanja, and I'll pronounce it right from now on. I'm sorry. You probably cringe every time I say your name. I say it different every time.
You know what? Whenever people mispronounce my name now, I mean, you know, I just, because it happens very frequently that people say Mara, or they'll even add in an I and call me Maria. I'm just like, okay, it's Mara. But in my mind, I'll do that. But after a while, you're just like, yeah, I'm used to it. Totally used to it.
Well, then, okay, so my last name is Shirk, and everybody always calls me Sherry. Keri Shirk.
Yeah.
So they get the SH and the K, they mix them up. They call me Sherry Kirk all the time. It's like, yes, that's me. You're dumb, but that's me. Anyway, I really don't say you're dumb, but I think it. I do think it. Anyway, so but I want more people to ask for help. If you need help reading a pattern or learning to read a pattern. Now, Jane didn't know how to read a pattern, and we started doing the Pergentiles, and I told her it's like a book. You read it like a book. And I had her read me the first round, and I said, oh, okay.
Right, Sanja.
So I asked her to read me the first round of it, and she did. And I said, so what do you need to do? And that's really what you do, is you just got to take it apart, See, now I'm like not one of the normal people. Most people say that you need to read the pattern all the way through at least once, maybe twice. But I'm one of the ADHD. I can't do it. I can't. Because once I get rid of once that first sentence goes through, I'm already starting to work it. I don't even have the first round read before I'm already working the pattern. That's how bad I am. Yes. Should I read the whole pattern first? Absolutely. Do I? I can't. My brain will not let me. And I don't have enough self-control to make it. So if you read it like a book or like a story, good morning, Jessica.
Hey,
Or
Jessica.
read it like a story. And if your problem is with the abbreviations, you don't have to know all the abbreviations. You could have the abbreviation sitting next to you while you're reading it, and then you get to the abbreviation and then look. Or like Maureen said yesterday, you could write it out. Like if it said, let's say we're doing something in the round. MC, magic circle.
Hello, Elizabeth.
6 SC. So you do a magic circle and you put 6 single crochets in it. So you would put magic circle, 6 single crochets, and you'd make it prettier than that. But that's again how my brain works.
Oh, you have to get a hold of this. Sometimes I get really confused. Well, sometimes.
Oh, okay. Mama Swift has a point. So she doesn't want to get to round 25 and find that there's a mistake in the pattern that the writer made. That's why she reads all the way through. And that is a really good reason to read all the way through. But see, I'm one of those people that'll get to round 25 and then they'll find the error and then they'll figure out a way to get around the error. It's called close your ears, Mama Swift. Fudging it. And Mama Swift doesn't believe in that. And I wouldn't do it if but I guess I'm more like Mikey. Anyway, hi all. I can't come up with exactly what gives me trouble with the pattern at this moment, but I sometimes get really confused when I purchase a pattern. I have to get a hold of the designer 3 or 4 times for help.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do. I will read, you guys, because I am dyslexic. And you would never know that and I'm a horrible reader. Hence why I read a devotional every day to you guys. It's to make me a better reader and to prove that people with this dyslexia can read. So when I'm reading a pattern, sometimes I'll miss a word, an important word, like I don't remember what the word was that I missed the other day. It was a 2-letter word though. It was like up or
Yeah, it's one of those little transition words or just But sometimes it can like to leave it out can change the whole meaning of a sentence.
Mm-hmm. And I do call Mom Swift, and I have her read it to me, and then I'm like, oh, there it is. Thank you. Love you. Bye. I have no trouble reading patterns, but I really enjoy following YouTube tutorials too. I'd love to learn how to read graphs, though. We are going to get into that too. Some pattern writers have a different wording style, and that makes it hard to read some patterns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everyone writes it. That is true. Not everyone writes a good pattern.
Right. It's kind of like we all are regionally, we all have different accents, so there is a really great YouTuber who does accents from all over the United States, and he transitions from the Northeast and down and across all the way to California. And it's really funny because I always thought to myself, I grew up in California and I don't have an accent. Everybody else does. And then one time, Mama Riz said on my live, I love your California accent. And it reminds me, whenever I listen to you speak, it reminds me of growing up in California or whatever. And I was like, I never really thought about it. And I think it's kind of the same with pattern writing. We all have put our own accent on it, depending on maybe where we're from, the terminology that we were taught with, things like that, because some people say magic ring, some people say magic circle, but really it's the same thing, isn't it? Or are there differences?
Hi, Shan Tyrement, Shan, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle, how's it going?
I don't have an accent. Oh, bull.
Accent? Who, me? No.
She's a masshole. She's definitely got an accent.
Like a Boston accent, says Paula.
And what's really funny, Mara, you talk about that, and I think that you and I, well, the way that I hear me, sound a lot alike. And I wasn't brought up in California. I was born and raised in Portland.
Right. Well, I think it's more inflection too, where you raise your voice, where you lower your voice. And I think that has a lot to do with it as well. The cadence of our speech,
Yeah.
Some of us speak faster, some of us speak slower. And then, I realize we're talking about reading patterns, but there's also when you grew up and what slang terms were part of your life, growing up. Like I grew up mostly in the 80s. So there was the whole Valley Girl thing, right? Valley Girl from California. Yeah. So
yeah.
I think that affects it too.
Okay, so does everybody have yarn and a hook?
I don't.
We're gonna work on this. And we're not going to tell you what we're working on. We're only going to do 3 rounds today, and then we'll finish it tomorrow, or not tomorrow. We'll finish it next Saturday on Mara's channel. And you can use cotton or acrylic.
So just like an H hook or what? Just something to go with the yarn, right?
Yeah, just something. I'm using an eye because it was.
Yeah, it doesn't gauge doesn't really matter for this. So just have a hook that goes with the size of your yarn.
Hey, Faith Louise.
I'm gonna use my Clover Amour from Sunita. This is my eye hook. And I've got some sugar and cream, peaches and cream, one of the cottons from Walmart in a nice buttery yellow. All right. So should I pull up the first 3 rounds of that pattern?
Yeah,
I kind of know what we're making, but I did not look at a picture of it because I wanted to do this
blindly.
sort of picture blind, but not blind. I'm not, anyway.
I kind of wish we were all in Zoom so that oh, Nastasia's got a great graphs. Well, we're gonna put the first 3 rows up on the screen.
Yeah. You want me to do that now, or?
Yeah, we don't want to link the pattern because then you'll know what it is.
Yeah.
Because it'll show you what it is.
Yeah. And so, I'll read it out round 1. Oh, wait a minute. Now, so we're chaining 4 and we're joining with the slip stitch in this one. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now when you join with the slip stitch, are you going into the back bump, or do you go into like 2 of the loops?
I go into the back bump. I go always into a back bump.
Yeah. What about you guys? When you're doing chain 4, join with the slip stitch. Back bump. Personally, I just make a magic ring, but I am going to follow this pattern because, okay, join with a slip stitch and then chain 1 and then 7 single crochet in the center ring.
And I'll tell you, it's not an amigurumi.
Yeah. This will be a flat project, right? Well, mostly.
So is there anybody out there that we need to read this for?
Well, I am reading it. So,
oh, okay.
Well, I am just saying. Keri says, well, shucks, my phone turned y'all off while I was waiting and I fell back asleep. She's here now. So Elizabeth says she does her slip stitch into the loop. Is the back bump better? Not really. I mean, if you're starting out and you go to the back bump, you just end up getting, well, it just, if you have to flip your work over, then you're seeing a cleaner, it just looks like you see the V or the top of the stitch better. I don't know. Okay, so join with a slip stitch to the first stitch, or in this case, single crochet. And if you've done, well, I don't know if you're all moving on already, but if you're done with round 1 and you want to move to round 2,
go ahead.
Put a thumbs up in the chat. Do you have your 7 single crochets? I've got mine.
That's when I do like a blanket or a washcloth or whatever, I always work in the back bump. Always. Because it makes for a cleaner edge.
Yeah, the edge just looks like it could be the top or the bottom, All right. I'm going to go ahead. So did you already get the 7, Keri?
I'm on round
Okay.
2.
Oh, whoops. All right. Well, so then we chain 1 and do 2 single crochet in the same stitch that you slip stitched into, right? Into the same stitch. 1. Okay, now of course stitch markers are helpful for some people. I feel like when I'm working with single crochet in the round, I want to know where my round started. So I'm going to put I'm going to put a stitch marker into my first single crochet of round 2. Okay. Then it says 2 single crochet in each stitch to the round, or to the last. Okay. But 3 in the last stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hi, Lydia. Hi, Char.
Hi, Char. Hi, Lydia.
I already did something wrong.
Oh, really?
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Okay.
You're done with all 3 rounds, Sandra? She's a whiz.
Yeah. All right.
Wow. She's quick. Well, we don't have the other rounds until next Saturday.
Okay.
Because we thought that it would take us longer than
putting 3 into
the last stitch.
The last stitch, and now I'm going to count to make sure I have 15. I think the problem is that I didn't count to make sure I only had 7 single crochet. Ay, ay, ay. I'm being challenged today. Okay. Okay. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Did anybody else do 8 single crochets into their magic ring like me? Always count.
Done feeding the chickens, getting ready to take my son for his allergy shots. Will be listening and driving. I like using the back bump to have a nice edge of these. Yeah, me too. I got my yarn and hook. I haven't started crocheting yet. I'm working on some unfinished drawings and paintings this month. I'm studying technology so I understand what I'm seeing. If you don't have Lydia, pick her up.
Okay, do you want to read out round 3 for those people? Just
Chain 7 counts as double crochet and chain 4. And then you want to skip 2 stitches, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 4, skip 2 stitches, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 4, skip 2, double crochet in the next stitch. Does anybody have a guess on what we're making? Chain 4, skip 2, double crochet in next stitch, chain 4, skip 2, and you're going to join at the top of the second slip stitch into the 3rd chain.
Okay, I'm putting my stitch marker in that 3rd chain of my chain 7.
I'm there. Oh, Elizabeth says a flower. I'll guess the crocheted rose.
Could be.
Okay, well, I'm going to put my hook right here and put this over it because it can go up here for now until next week.
All right. Okay, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'll remove my hook and I'll just stick my stitch marker into my working loop. I'm gonna so 6 chains for let me show you what mine looks like. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 because it's skip 2, right? Skip 2, double crochet in the next,
Crystal.
and then chain 4. Hi, Crystal. Let me take this down for a second. If anybody wants me to put it back up, let me know. So this is what mine looks like. Let's see yours.
It has 5 hose.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the back side.
I don't understand your question, Sunita. So 6 chains, 4 stitches?
1, 2, 3. I only have 5 chain sections and 5 double crochet, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
5 chain sections and then 5 double crochet between the chain sections.
You have 6. There's only supposed to be 5.
Yeah, that means you had more than 15 stitches in round 2, maybe. Or did you skip 2 each time? Hey, Fake Louise. If you came in before I didn't see you, hello.
Hi, Kimberly. Okay, I'm going to read the devotion. No.
Oh.
Today's what? The 31? The 34th day.
Okay, hold on a second. Nana Mama Cat said put it back up, please.
Okay. Can I read it while they're reading that? Or should
Yes,
I wait?
absolutely.
Okay.
She might just be taking a picture. You never know.
Oh, that's true. May we always care. The real opposite of love is not hate, but indifference. Elie Wiesel. Dear God, when we want only to concern ourselves with us and ours, when we are tempted to retreat into our private sanctuaries and never come out, when we are tempted to pay no attention to things that do not directly impact us, and when our complacency allows us no interest in things that do not benefit us, we pray that you trouble the waters of our apathy. Stroke the fires of our empathy and compassion. Disturb the slumber of our indifference and energize us to do what we can, where we are, with what we have. In short, we pray that we may always care. In your name we pray. Amen. And then a random act of kindness. Leave a kind note for a stranger to find. Leave a kind note for a stranger to find.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
Elizabeth, I'm going to remove this again. If Nana Mama Cat needs it, then I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you in Messenger or something. She said, I had a good idea when I was at Dollar Tree. I bought 53 clear boxes with lids for keeping my wipes separated. Whips. I think that was autocorrect. Keeping my whip separated, no whip avalanches. Yeah, 53 boxes. You stick your whip in it. There you go. As long as your whip doesn't weigh like 15 pounds, like my peacock plumes Afghan. And Sanita said, cool, I have one more row to row 5 of my blue yarn. Oh, she was answering. Let's see. Oh, okay. So
Hi, Sharon.
Crystal said, Sanita, I am working on row 5 of the make along for Stitching Together with Friends. Cool. Oh, that is so cool. Like, if you're talking about the one that you guys are going to do on Tuesday, the sleeved scarf, I really want to make that. So I might need to get on that. I don't know. This year, you guys might be turning me into or changing me from my monogamous crocheter ways. So I'd like to take just a minute to talk about an event coming up tomorrow. And as some of you know, Nisi was planning to do a live for World Cancer Day tomorrow. February 4th every year is World Cancer Day. And it is a huge, it's a worldwide event. And there are events that take place for World Cancer Day throughout the world. And there is a website, which I'm going to link it in the description. It is also already in the description box of my live for tomorrow. Well, anyway, Nisi was going to do it. And then unfortunately, she lost her father. And so this past week. And so we are, and she asked me if I would do this World Cancer Awareness Day. We were going to do it together, but she asked me if I would do it. And so it is going to be on my channel tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And I mean, unless I decide to do it a tiny bit earlier. Normally Keri would be at that hour, and she has graciously agreed to join me, but let me do this. And hoping that I will have somebody also as a guest to do a kind of a testimonial. It's going to just be an informational day. So on that live for tomorrow on my channel, you can already see the link for the World Cancer Day website, but I'm going to go ahead and paste it here in the chat. But I hope you can join me. We're going to give out some information. I'm also going to do a make-along project in there. So if you come, it's going to be, a brief greeting, but we're going to go right into some information about how you can make a difference on World Cancer Day. And not just on World Cancer Day, but then maybe every day. And hopefully we have the testimonial, and then I'm going to do just one second. I can't talk and type at the same time. Okay, it's going to come up obviously on, it's Keri's channel, so it's going to look like she posted it. But maybe, Keri, you could even pin it to the top. So if you can join me, that would be really great. If you could share out the live for tomorrow. Maybe you can't be there, but if you have a community tab and you could share it out, I would still appreciate if anybody wanted to join in on the panel for this. If you have a story you would like to share, I don't necessarily want to run over Granny D's time, but if this looks like we are going to 1 hour is not going to suffice, then I do also still have my weekend wind up for tomorrow, and I can carry it over into the evening. I may, if we do it, I may also replay it instead of doing a weekend wind up. I may just re-show that video as, like tomorrow night, but we'll just see. It's kind of like how the day unfolds. I really do want to do this topic justice. I know that every one of us has been touched by cancer in some way. I'm going to put my...
Crystal is asking if you've tried to reach out to Bella Uncinetto, Christina, because she's beat stage 3 and stage 4 cancer.
I have not yet. Kind of what happened was Nisi and I were supposed to meet to plan this a little over a week ago, right before my cataract surgery. And then her father passed away. And then I had my surgery like the next day or something like that. And then I was kind of down for a couple of days. I mean, like reading and everything was a little bit hard for me. And so I didn't really have it in me to do the research. And then, this week has just been kind of like one day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it is coming up really fast. And I put it out there just kind of in lives like, hey, I'm doing this. And if anybody could help out. And so far, I only heard back from, one person that she would be willing to help. And I don't want to say her name until I can confirm that she's available tomorrow at 11 Pacific. So yeah, if anybody has a story that you want me to either read out loud, or if you want to come onto the panel, I would like to make it, like have half of it be information and stories, and then the other half talking about some crochet projects that you can do, and then maybe making one together at that time, and then setting you off on your own to make more. So yeah, that's about it as far as that goes.
Keri, no, she won't.
What's that?
Keri asked if Nisi will be there tomorrow.
As far as I know, unless she is feeling up to it, there will not be pressure for her to be there. But I was trying to kind of respect her privacy and her time with family, so I haven't wanted to, contact her until they got through. She's been traveling this week by car to get home, to be with her family and everything, and I just am trying to respect their privacy and everything, and not push her for something that, I mean, I was even when she just, expressed being, really wanting to do it on February 4th, tomorrow. And so, yeah, hopefully we can get that together.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello. Okay.
Did we talk about everything? Did we forget anything?
No, I was also just going to say that in an hour at 10 a.m. Pacific time, I will be doing a short members live. And then, so if you are a mindful maker, inspired artisan, then please feel free to join me in an hour for a live. We'll just, do some chit chat, as well as I may give you a sneak preview of one of the items that I want to make tomorrow on the World Cancer Day Live. And yeah, so those of you that come to that, you may see a sneak peek of it. And then at 11 a.m. Pacific time, Jax Creations by Jax will be live. And then, of course, Granny D right after that. So then it just goes on from there. 1 o'clock, the Scraptastic Crocheter Amanda will be having her birthday celebration. Oh, wait a minute. That's tomorrow. Sorry, 1 o'clock tomorrow. So Mantha Makes is Saturday. Sam Mantha Makes, I think, is Saturday after Granny D. And then, it's busy in the YT streets. There's also Mama G Gear and Rusty are live on Saturdays. Dee's Creative Hands. You're going to have lots of options today to keep you busy if you're looking for something to do. So anything else from you, Keri?
Nope.
All right. Well, I will read through some of the chat. We'll go ahead and play our outro, and I hope to see my members in an hour.
Bye. Be a blessing. Have a blessed day.
Take care and be kind.